Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day.
Okay, welcome back to the Free Mindset Podcast. My name is Concept Books, and this episode is going to be well, it should be the end of August, start of September, but now we're actually late in on September. But I reached in September and day off, finally, and it's like I'm actually making some positive progress. Funny enough, I'm still employed and all this stuff. Yes, happily still employed. Uh, the work is really still backbreaking, and what is like one of those. So it's like this phase is like so you talk about in the episode talk about frame of perspective. That episode where you talk about you need something to reference to say, hey, I could have been here. This phase and this month that I'm in, this is the important reason for that because what happens is that I'm in this phase with the work and life, and you can't really pinpoint if you're going in the right or the wrong direction because you can't pinpoint your progress. Like, so like, boom, I'm in this thing now and I feel like, okay, I'm gonna do some more driving and stuff like that. Still doing the same work, still doing the same work at this place. And it's like, boom, now that the insurance comes in and I'm using it, not the insurance money isn't coming back. So it's like, it's like, but the thing is, I'm still employed, I'm still contracted, but I'm still employed. They still say, okay, if I come there and do the work, I get paid and stuff like that. But it's hard to actually know if I'm on the right track or not. So that's the thing where it be like, why the thing is important for frame of perspective. Like this work has allowed me to accomplish a lot, but because I've been this work took up a lot of time, it's hard for me to actually get a reference to see, okay, how much progress have I made? Because that's the thing, it's hard to actually tell how much progress I've made. So it's like it's just one of those things where that episode frame of perspective is really important on your journey out of poverty. It's important to have that journaling and all those stuff, have your goals lined up because you need something like to reference to say, okay, yeah, I could have been here. And the reason why that is important is because when you're in the working world and stuff like that, it's ever moving, and all these stuff, all kind of moving parts, and the important thing is comparison is the thief of joy, bro. That is the thief of joy. And you when you look at someone and be like, oh my god, I wish I could be there or stuff like that. But you're on your own journey. Yeah, you're on your own journey. So it's important for you to have your frame of reference to say, okay, yo, even though all these things are going on around me, bro, this I have my own goals. So it's like, yo, you know these things are around me, it just be like, yo, um, I'm on my right track, even though if it don't look like the right track to other people. So it's like those stuff you have to really, that's the important frame of perspective to where be like, yo, even when everything is going bad, bro, ideally I'm still on the right track. So it's like, it's just one of those weird phases where it's hard to actually quantify how much progress I've made, and I guess I can't tell unless I make it to the end of the year. That's the thing. Because boom, this year I talk about traveling and all those stuff. It's hard actually because but you can't even. I work in an industry, but it's hard to even get. So it's like, yo, it's one of those weird phases where we like, yo, a lot of disappointments will be on the way, but you need that frame of perspective to be like, oh my god, I could have been here and all those stuff. You need those stuff to actually be like, yeah, to actually track your progress. So, yeah. So next thing is the PC. The PC got fixed. Yes, the PC got fixed. So that's next thing about from perspective. But I have to go talk about YouTube and all these stuff. I could actually get to do that, even though the monitor is kind of getting bad. But I could actually maybe start with the YouTube and stuff like that. Get a new phone, and then what happened is that because I'm talking about information shopping, talk about window shopping and stuff like that, information shopping, because I actually go out and look for some right places. I actually found a better person that could actually fix the PC because what happens, I carried to the first person and he recommended something, but that recommendation did not work. Carried to someone else. But the thing is that the issue was that because the PC, not a laptop, if and I don't have a car, I have to actually carry these stuff by hand. So, even though I may have the money and stuff like that, to travel with it and then to find out that it's not working and then spend it on the wrong product, that is a lot of resources going to waste. So it's like, when I found that right person, I invested a lot of money to actually get it fixed. But because I did the proper information search, that was the best person to actually get the issue resolved, and he got the issue resolved. So it was money well spent, but again, it's hard to tell because I have other stuff that I want to do or other goals that I want to do, but just that you can't. You have your own thing. So it's like it's just one of those messy phases where you be like you can't tell how the progresses you're making because you have your own thing, but you have other stuff you have to deal with as well. So it's like can't tell the progress, bro. Can't tell. The next thing is so I talk about the phone that I got when I just started working, and then the phone stopped working. So boom. Luckily, I got a new phone, but the thing is that because I did the information search and get the PC fixed, I actually did the diagnostic now at that same place with the phone that broke a while back and realized that okay. So when the phone got messed up, what happened was that I went to that same person back when I talk about the person um that first diagnosed the PC and they recommended something and then it didn't work. Actually went there with the phone and he recommended something again, but it was really expensive at the time. What I did know at this new place was actually just go there. I mean, they run the diagnostics to see, okay, is that really the issue? And then I found out, okay, that is the issue with the phone. So now that's clarified. I know that okay, it's really expensive to fix the phone, but I know that that was the issue with the phone. So now it's just a matter of time to get that fixed. So that's the important thing of information shopping where you be like, okay, yeah, that is the actually right place to actually go and get the things fixed and stuff. So it's like, yeah. Uh yeah, so what happened was that boom, so I talk about that. Not really doing much driving, but nah actually did a good amount of driving a while where I basically just talk to one of the leads and be like, okay, for my early shift, just come in and let me just do a couple of driving. I say, okay, why not? And just did it, drive for a couple of times, and it was really, really good, really good and convenient. Good. It made me apply all the things that I've learned there. Yeah, but what happens that I no longer on that early shift now, so it's like it's hard to actually get back there. But actually, I did something, so it was really good. Mhm. So I talk about back in the days, I talk about I'm going to use a lot of sick days, bro. I used a lot of it because I was working for so much, bro, and my body got fatigued, tired to the bone, bro, tired to the bone, and it was sad. So it's like I had to use a lot of the sick days and doctor arrest myself. But the thing is that during those sick days, I also had things also I wanted to accomplish. So it's like so I wanted so I used so I try to use the sick days properly where I be like, yo, go to the doctor, send in the note and all these stuff and get the rest at home. Don't leave her. But the same thing, at the same time, I had some stuff the home was missing all these stuff. I want to clear it up. So it's like so that's the thing where be like, yo, it took it bro. I took this phase is a lot of pay cuts I'm taking just to stay afloat and get a proper perspective to be like, okay, when I get these things right, when I actually go to the work now, even though it's low pain, I'll be actually making some progress. But it's, it's actually hard to actually make those progress, bro. Hard. Because, you have the late procrastination, all those stuff. It's like, I just want to get it out of the way and then boom, progress it will be made. But yeah, it takes time, but I'm actually doing it. I'm actually doing it. So yeah. Mhm. Also bought a new earpod and the smartwatch, even though I can't find the earpod and the AirPod. And yes, the next thing again I spoke about the earpod. When I bought the earpod pods, I bought it on sale. And what happened was that this and the same thing again. I actually got a new bag again. And what happened was that I bought both of them on sale. And what happened was that when I wore the bag, the bags looked so cool and nice, and AirPods. But the AirPods took a while to actually get used to, and then it was so small that one day, boom, I left it somewhere. The rain fell, and it got destroyed. And then for the bag, every for some random reason, the bag has always been left open. For some random reason, I don't know if it's due to my memory or it's just the bag what it was. And why I reason why I say it due to my memory is because I've been working so much hours, I've been getting a lot less sleep and all those stuff. So it's like, yeah, things just pass me by. So what happens is that sometimes you buy some things on and you think it's on sale and you think that, oh my god, you're up again, you're up. That's the thing where I talk about the grocery shopping and stuff. A lot of shopping episode that I want to talk about and stuff. You see some things on sale, they are on sale for a reason, you know. So you have to be mindful of that. And that doesn't mean that you should buy it. But going into expectations they have price decrease the price decrease for a reason. So you just have to be mindful of that. When you actually be mindful of that, then you can assume the risk. So now I can kind of get used to the bag. I'm out here still looking for the AirPod. It seems like it actually got lost. Yeah, but yeah. So, but what I actually got was a smartwatch, and it's not as advanced. No, I didn't think. No, it's actually the same as the smartwatch that actually I got before. But what happened was that so talk about woman working a lot on the weekends now, and what I talk about in when I talk about hurricane, I talk about the radio being very convenient in that hurricane situation. Sadly, the radio broke as well. But the smartwatch, one of the convenient thing is audio. So when I was talking about the AirPods and the smartwatch, I was talking about okay, you can listen to the podcast using the AirPod and the smartwatch. But not only that, boom, one of the things is that I usually listen to some things on the radio and I talk about boom. Um, when I was user at my grandma's place, I usually just make use watch your favorite stations on the phone app. I could actually listen to those things on my same phone app using the watch audio. So I sleep and listen to it and I have the watch on my hand. And the smartwatch tracks my sleep and all those stuff. So it's like it's multi-purpose, multi-purpose. So it's like yeah, the smartwatch is really a good investment, really good investment, bro. And the thing is that you can't really rely on those things like the blood pressure thing and all those stuff. You can't really rely on it. You have to. It's better to actually go to a doctor or something like that to actually get some proper thing. But it's actually good to actually. It's good to know that no, they have those stats to be like okay, I can actually track it and stuff. But yeah, the smartwatch is really one of the best investments, and not for style and all those stuff, but for the very convenient things that it can do. Yeah, so it's like it's one of the best thing going into September right now, and yeah. So yeah, so basically what happened is also I got some garden lights to light up the backyard. So ideally, what I want to do is, so boom, I'm still trying to clear up the backyard because the hurricane actually messed it up and all those stuff. But if I clear it up and I had enough money, I could actually go do a thing like get the whole backyard with garden lights, and then boom, it's so nice in the night, bro. And that was inspired by some looking at different homes that I grew up seeing, and being inspired by it, and then boom, realizing that okay, when I do information shopping or window shopping, I realize okay, it's actually possible. It's right there. It's stuff are right there, and so that information shopping. It's like it's possible to actually get those stuff. That's not at the time as it. Just not at the time as it. So again, boom, got the new phone, almost lost it again, bro. So luckily someone found it and all these things. It's like yeah, this month is a lot of stuff, lot of stuff. I fixed the bathroom sink. So before I would, and the bathroom sink usually have issues and stuff, and then boom, the issue came again, and I actually fixed it. I actually fixed it. So that is another progress as well. So it's like so that's the thing where I'm at work and all these moving parts, and it feels like I'm not making any progress. But I'm making the progress in my home. So it's that's the thing of my perspective is you need to pinpoint the where you want to make the progress. Cause sometimes you want to make the progress at work. You want to upgrade yourself at work. But at the same time, what are you working for? I'm working to try to maintain the home. So when certain things are happening at the work and it's like, oh my God, I'm so messed up and stuff like that, I need to have the frame of perspective to say I'm doing this to upgrade, to maintain my home. So yeah, so that's the thing where frame of perspective comes in, where it be like you're surrounded by all these stuff, but you're not in. You're supposed to always remember the goal in mind. So yeah, so boom, yeah. so so as I said, smartwatch can use as mini speaker at night when I'm sleeping. Flower pot, I bought some flower pot as well to try to get into more better farming and all those stuff. Yeah, so the farm this and the funny thing again, speaking about farming. So yes, finally got some new some new plants, new fruits harvested again. But what happened was that the chickens, bro, the chickens were giving me a hard time, and then not only that, the chickens are actually coming into the home now, bro. So it's like that's the new issue where I'm trying to get into the farming stuff, but not realizing all those other things as well. So it's like the farming saga is a saga in itself where you have all those obstacles to go over. But you have to actually go over them and then you learn through experience. So right now what I'm doing now is just basically covering up the fruits or the plants that I harvested it so the chicken do actually eat them, so I could at least get something from them, hopefully. Yeah, so and then hopefully when I get the hang of it now, then might see me do some more farming and all that stuff. Ah, Hmm. Yeah. So next thing is I'm trying to clean up the home and all those stuff, the insect. So both roaches and ants and all those stuff still an issue. So what I want to try to do is invest in more stuff to actually clean, make sure that all the roaches and everything clean, clear up every day. So that's the reason why the cleaning of your home is important. To actually get that base cleaning, then I can actually do the deep cleaning. And then what happens is that then I do the maintenance cleaning. So yeah, those are the three phases. So you want to do the deep. So that's why everything have like spring cleaning and stuff like that to get rid all of the unwanted stuff. So if the spring is gone, what you want to do is do the deep cleaning. Then I do like a secondary cleaning to actually just get rid of all the other stuff, and then I do the maintenance cleaning where boom, you get the hang of it, and then you know what you're doing, and then what happens is that it don't pile up. It don't the cleaning don't pile up now. So that's how I try to approach it. Oh, shit, but those things don't happen overnight. Takes time. The next thing else is actually bought a lot of home items, so things like saw, axe, and all those stuff because the backyard when the hurricane came down, the big refugee came down. So all those stuff that I invested in now is going to help me to clean up the backyard, but it's also going to help me in the future as well. So it's like yeah, all those stuff are small purchases, and the thing about the frame of perspective, I see that I have other stuff that I want to do and and sometimes you need to show that you have the funds to actually do it and stuff like that. But other random thing just comes up and you just making all these purchases and be like, oh my god, I'm making all these purchases, but you don't. But I actually want to save the money and all stuff. So where frame of perspective is that I'm making all these small progresses at the time, making all these impulsive purchases. I should say, you know, but it's hard to quantify to be like, oh my god, I'm doing the right thing. But you, you, I know, or at least I think I know I'm doing the right thing. But it's just that you can't see it yet. It's just like one of those things where I talk about where be like, I always tell people my dreams and goals and stuff like that. But I can't tell you the details. It's just that in hindsight, you actually see it and be like, okay, that's what he was talking about. But at the time, it just you can't really tell. But I couldn't really tell you or explain because you would get it. But back, in perspective, be like, okay, that was what I was talking about. The same thing as well. Now I have some goals that people want to accomplish, but at the same time I have these other stuff that I want to do as well. So I make all these somewhat impulsive purchases, and it's hard to rationalize them until in hindsight when you actually see the things accomplished then like okay that's what I was talking about. So that's the thing. That's the phase I'm in now as well. So the next thing is boom. Yeah, so slowly, so I'm saying I'm in the third year of this home ownership. The next thing is and the next thing in the cleaning is that actually moving out all the non me things outside of the home and putting back them back into the what would be now the family home now. Not my grandmother's home anymore and stuff. So like boom, just making it so boom ideally when they finish cleaning all those stuff, the home will be my space. That's basically it will be you will be walking into my space now and all those stuff. That's basically the goal for this clean as well to get rid of all the non me stuff and all those stuff because on a journey you pick up a lot of stuff but then boom now you're making it your own home and then you realize that okay you have a lot of non me stuff in the home stuff that you pick up on the way maybe you lose a couple stuff for your mom or other family and then you left it there like okay this time is actually separate those stuff now so you be like okay this is my space now boom and other space, so that when people enter your space now, you'll be like, okay, this is your space, and then they can conveniently say, okay, you can place your things here and all that stuff. So that's the next phase of this home ownership as well, to actually just make my space. And then yeah. Mhm. So the next thing as well is, boom, I'm doing this work, and what happens is that I usually, so I have a lot of old socks and all old, a lot of items, some things like rags and all those stuff. And what I realize is doing this work is a lot of sweat and all these things. So what happens is that I have all these old items, and the natural the natural thing is to actually get rid of them, throw them away. You have this, so you have socks that you consider old, and be like, oh my god, let me just throw them away and all those stuff. What I just usually do is, they are not usually bad, they are not fully bad as yet, as in they're not torn. So what I just basically do is just actually wear them to work, because they're not actually torn or bad as yet. I just wear them to work because I work every day, and I get the max use of them. And then when it tears, I just basically just throw them away. So that way I could actually get the maximum use of these items. And then when I get the maximum use of these items, I save up a lot of money, and then boom, I invest in some more quality socks and more quality stuff as well. So it's like, those are things where sometimes I talk about time of abundance and time of shortage. Sometimes we just basically just use some old items, look kind of ashy in the work, to make some progress in the real world. Make so look ashy. So you may look terrible in the working world, but when you actually go out in the finish working and stuff like that, you look really flashy in the real world. So that's the thing where, using all the old stuff at my workplace and that stuff. So yeah, that's basically it for the September to August update. So yeah, not a stuff to actually. So it's like, hopefully a lot more stuff to accomplish, but actually talking about all those stuff now, it was unclear to see the progress that I made when I just started the episode, but when I finished the episode now, I actually got the prima perspective to say, okay, yeah, I actually made a lot of progress. I just didn't realize it. So that's the thing where journaling and all those stuff comes in now. It'll be like, oh my god, I realized that, okay, I actually did make a lot of progress. So that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for listening, and look forward for the next episode.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.